Oh, yeah. What's up, you guys? Appreciate you guys coming in. Welcome to Beatology 101, y'all, where we talk about music, business, and a little bit of foolishness. You know what I mean? Tonight, we got somebody real special in the house, guys. If it wasn't for this guy, I wouldn't know what YouTube or going live or any of that is. He's a very good friend of mine, and it's a real honor to have him on the show. God, tonight we'll be talking about the biggest shift in the music business that ever faced streaming. AI is changing how the game is made, marketing discovered, and how trust works. For me tonight, we got my good friend Rob Stephen Williams. Rob has lived through multiple platform shifts, through touring and early internet music, streaming video. Now he's building his own website, Prism.io. That's Prism.io, a brand government system for the AI arena. What are you doing today, Rob?
Man, Stealth, it's a pleasure. Thank you for the intro. Yes, we were streaming back in the day, huh?
Yeah, man.
When you were flipping those the real non-digital DJs with traditional albums on the ones and twos. Come on, Stealth.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. Like, what was that website that you hit me to? And thank God you had us on the front page of it, man. That was like pre-YouTube Live, wasn't it? What was the name of that website that you hooked us up with? That we went live on.
So remember, I partnered with Ed Waterford was my partner on the independent video show.
Shouts out to Ed Waterford.
Shout out to Ed Waterford. So with independent video show, as soon as broadcast around 04, when YouTube launched, the only reason YouTube could have launched was because bandwidth opened up for the end users, broadband. And so at that time, I had been doing celebrity chats, connecting fans and artists in a chat room. If you remember, Dr. Dre's first online celebrity chat was a chat room, and a moderator, and AOL and Net Noir. Shout out to David Ellington and Adrian Miller. You know Adrian.
Oh yeah, I seen Adrian when I was at Melrose Trading Post, and didn't he walk a famous artist up to Dr. Dre that we all know?
Yeah, I mean, if you know anything about Mr. Pack, Mr. Anderson Paak.
There you go. There you go. Anderson Paak. Shouts out to Adrian Miller, man.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, Adrian is renowned in the music business. He's definitely part of the tribe and brotherhood, and a dear friend. This is part of the group. So yeah, Adrian was a founding manager of Anderson Paak, bridged that deal into Aftermath, and the rest is history, of course. But yeah, back when bandwidth opened up, Ed and I built independent video show, the MTV BET version of music video shows with live interviews. As you know, we had you on, I think, at Wednesdays at 4. And remember that I cut the distribution deal with Justin TV, with Kevin Lynn. Justin TV is now Twitch TV, right?
Wow.
Come on,
man. You were on the beginning frame of all of this, brother. Man.
Remember, we had you spinning on helping you produce the broadcast. 50,000 people streaming at 4 o'clock on a Wednesday night, just you and the turntable. It was hot.
And I appreciate you for that, man. Like you and Ed gave us a chance before YouTube, before any of this, man. And we were learning right from the beginning of all this stuff, man. So thank you so much for introducing this technology. And you was trying to tell me back in the day how important this is, and look where we at now.
Crazy stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm here to support your show any way that I can. And yeah, this new journey in AI and as it really molds the industry, let's get into it. Um, because I think it's definitely it's time for us to we acknowledge it, and it's there and it's happening and it's in stealth. It's unbelievable, man, that we're seeing AI artists on the Billboard charts right now. I just fall out of my chair every week when something hits.
Well, it's inevitable, man, because now AI is doing a lot better than a lot of this human slop I'm hearing. Like in one sentence, what do you think AI is doing to the music industry? Do you think it's helping or hurting, or how do you feel about that?
Um, you know, First, I think you know it's all about creativity, and I'll go into this a bit more. Um, but I think first, creation has been consumerized, and I don't mean creativity; I mean creation. So, like the Sunos of the world, that stuff is hot, no matter how you slice it. It's undeniable stuff. Please, when you can create a master prompt and bring in, produce it using AI. You can cheat it, but really, if you're using Suno's Studio, there is a way to be creative and um, be an artist and bring in the strings and the drums and what kind of drums you want, or sounds, or rhythms. So just before we go into that stuff, let me just give the audience a bit of background as
Please
to
do.
who,
Yeah,
as
tell them
to,
who you are, where you come from, and tell them a little bit about your company, because your website is great, but for a lot of us weed smokers and low level musicians, can you just break down in like in layman's terms what you do and what your company does, and
yeah,
a little bit about yourself?
yeah. So just to frame it up, and thank you for the amazing introduction stuff. And yes, we go way back, and mad respect to people that have bridged us into each other, like Kevin Black, right? Um, I was the lead producer on the e-commerce site when he partnered with Q, remember? And
Yeah,
shout
rest in
out to,
peace. Yeah,
what's that? World Star Hip Hop.
yeah,
Yeah,
World Star Hip Hop. Yeah,
World Star did the e-commerce and merch for Kevin when he was at World Star. So shout out to Kevin. I haven't talked to Kevin in a while, but about me, just so everyone understands, I started as an artist, a young artist touring and recording. I'm a drummer, and I moved to LA in around 88. That's 1988 for those 1990s
wow.
people. So, I got some gray for sure. I've been around the block, but just so everyone is aware, I am an artist, and I went into the internet, studied music. I interned for Sony Music Publishing. So I got, as an artist, most of the time we just want to perform and record and be on stage and be a star and create and be an artist. But what what happened to me early on was my real interest in starting to learn, maturing and starting to learn more about how the music industry works. So, um, I did an internship with Sony Music Publishing and learned how publishing worked, and Polygram soundtracks, and learned how they were placing artists' music into movies. and TV. And that whole aspect of learning the music business, the performance royalty side, the mechanical side, just opened up my mind to how naive I was as an artist still. And so when I moved here, you have access to Hollywood. So a lot of the teachers were like, big heavyweights that were teaching at UCLA that, came from Universal and Polygram and Sony and Capitol. Some of the labels, as you know, that don't exist any longer. But anyway, I learned a lot of inside of the music business. And then the internet hit for me, Stealth, really early on back in '94. And I built one of the first online music magazines, if you can remember, Boom Shaka Music.
Mm-hmm.
Remember? And so, and then from that experience, I bought an HTML book. I learned Photoshop. And at that time, we were building the first versions of the internet for people. So I totally geeked out on design, marketing, and technology. And then I opened up my own agency early on in my early 20s. And from there, from Boom Shaka Music and that experience, I opened up my own agency, produced early on some of the early chat rooms. For Pink's first online celebrity chat. Shout out to Gene Dexter for partnering with me on that. And in 2004, as I mentioned, broadband made streaming viable. Stealth, remember?
Yep.
And so Ed and I founded Independent Video Show. We worked with over 60 artists. He was scooping artists before I even came on as a producer, if you can remember. He did.
Oh yeah.
Alicia Keys Alicia Keys when she was 16 or 17, Stealth. Remember that footage?
Yep.
Snoop, Jay-Z, wouldn't even recognize Jay-Z, how young he was at that time. But Ed had a great music video show happening traditionally in West Hollywood on public access. And together we grew that into distribution on DirecTV, On Demand, Music Channel 101. I syndicated it in South Africa, Indonesia. And like you said, we were one of the top producers on Justin TV, and which is now Twitch. So, but really early days. So today I'm the founder of POPTECH Studio. That is my digital agency. I'm the inventor of Prism IO. And Prism IO solves a few things. We'll get into that more. Right now, we can move into how AI is molding the music business with some backup data, Stealth, and also just your knowledge and experience, as well as where I may be able to lead some interesting conversation.
Yeah. I thought about retiring, man, because I haven't done music in like 8 years, and I didn't want to do anything that wasn't better or sounded like my old music, because quite frankly, I didn't want to ruin my legacy. So I started just start dealing with like placing some music in some film and television situations. And and all I did was I went online and searched most realistic saxophone sound, and that started me on my journey. And that's how I found Suno. And Suno was my first introduction to AI. And let me tell you something: if it wasn't for Suno, Chat GPT, and a couple other AI programs, I wouldn't have been able to do. I released 10 albums, 20 songs each, so that's 200 songs within the last 2 months. better than all the other songs that I've done in my whole catalog.
Yeah,
So
but you have, so I just want to underscore this. Stealth is an amazing creator, writer, producer, accredited, uh, tracks on, I mean, you're on the Chronic album, right? You're on 2001.
yes.
You've got a background with writing and publishing for Exhibit, and I mean, I can't even keep track of the cats you've written and produced for Stealth. It's just incredible to me for you to even say that, because uh, many people, if you don't know who DJ Stealth is, or Gordon as you might know him, please look him up. He's just a really amazing creator, and you wouldn't know it coming from the military and your other lifetime, that most people actually may not even realize either. Stealth, huh?
Well, no, it all started. Well, I'll be real with you. I was an asshole coming up. So at 18, at 18 on the dot, my father kicked me out because I was being a dick. So like I went and lived in my van, and I'm like, man, I can't do this shit. So I went and joined the army. I'm just keeping real. That was my journey to the army. I got, my father kicked me out, which I'm glad he did, and I went to the army. My dumb ass, instead of choosing truck driving, something I could use now, I could have chose three things: truck driving, infantry, or combat engineer. And my dumb ass thinking, oh, engineer, that might be something like a sound engineer. And he was like, nah, not really, but you get to blow up shit. So I'm like, hey, I get to blow up shit. Sign me up. You know what I'm saying? So my dumb ass went into the army to be a combat engineer, 12 Bravo. And it was one of the best decisions I ever made. And
Wow.
Kevin Black, you know, he's from the Marines, man. So we got a lot of veterans, man, in the music industry. Kevin comes from, I think he's an infantry guy, and he was a Marine, man. So
well, I
yeah,
didn't realize that, Stealth. Yeah.
yeah, like me and Kevin have that in common. We also
Right.
have that we are real DJs. Like how I first heard of Kevin Black was he used to be one of the biggest DJs on the radio. So like I was telling people, man, like these executives that really do it are the executives that really succeed. Jimmy Iovine really
Right.
was an engineer, really was a producer.
Right.
Kevin Black really was a big DJ, and a lot of us started at the bottom. Jimmy was an assistant engineer, right? I'm talking about Jimmy Iovine. Kevin Black, his first job was carrying bags for Run DMC. I did many odd jobs. When I first started at Rootless Records, I was just supposed to be the keyboard rental guy. I turned that into being the keyboard player, the DJ, and the damn sound man, helping out Above the Law, Cocaine, and Rootless. So you guys practice your craft, get good at it. Because like I said, Rob comes from a drumming background, and this guy used his brain like what I see with musicians. Either a lot of us are really smart or really not smart. And I'll just leave it at that. And Rob is one of the really smart guys that knew how to get on top of this technology. Because without AI, guys, I would have retired. So AI saved my life, and I was kind of depressed. So AI helped me get out of depression. I'm so much of a happier person now that I know how to use Suno. I know how to use Claude. I know what an LLM is. I'm trying to get my own computer to develop my own AI, so I'm not boxed in when I try to use certain prompts, like for my videos. I really want to make some raunchy videos. I can't make raunchy videos in Sora. I really want to put Donald Trump in my videos. I can't do that with Sora, but I'm now studying how to make my own custom AI so I can do naughty things. So I'm really into it, Rob. I really appreciate you. Really hipping me on this live thing, and now you're hipping me on this AI course. What AI do you think has already changed? Do you think like it's going to take a lot of jobs like everybody's scared of?
I mean, so that's nothing new though. Like any time there's a major shift, it doesn't necessarily have to be like this thing called the World Wide Web. We were in that frenzy as well. It's when people just don't really understand. There's good and bad in everything, and even if if I'm sure that a lot of people could say, you know, the web changed their lives. Well, a lot of people's lives have been destroyed. And so, you know, we have to reflect in the mirror and ask ourselves why. And we got to reflect and say, you know, how are we going to use this and leverage it to improve my life or my productivity or my creativity or just knowledge and research, things like this. So it doesn't necessarily, there's a bigger picture at play when you're talking about capitalism and you know, I'm all for artists being paid a fair royalty and you know, there are some things where the larger top level that you're highly aware of, that we both worked on projects on the highest level of the corporation side stuff. So it just depends on where you're at, what your perspective is, and how you want to leverage it, and that goes for anything. Fire, a gun. It's just a tool. It's a tool that can be used however you want it. But I think to answer your, sorry for the long
Now,
thought,
take your time, man. Take your
but
time.
the idea is that, and the idea is use things how use the tools, whatever the tool is, call it AI, to improve and better your life, whatever that means for you, and um, and that goes for any tool, right? Uh, any tool can be used bad or it can be used as good. The other side of this is politics, and the other side of this is capitalism, and that's a hard thing to swallow when we're talking about creative people making money and making sure they and we can get into that further along in the show, Stealth, because I do have some blueprints and the models and things that we can open up this room to talk about, which I think is extremely valuable. Whether you're a large major label, regardless, you still have ethics and governance to handle and manage, and some exciting ideas for independent artists as well as independent labels. And as old as we are, Stealth, we've seen these changes, brother. You know this. We've
Yeah.
gone through the change where I was standing, just so happened, I walk into a coffee shop and there's the president of Capitol Records, and we knew each other. And we just said hi as a friendly, you know, back and forth. And literally he was pulling out his hair on this thing called, you know, MP3s and talking about how the music business is over with, right? You remember this?
LimeWire and all those type of
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I didn't go into the politics or the change of where I'm listening to the president of Capitol Records tell me that things are on fire, bro. Like, the reality was they didn't know what, no one knew what was about around the corner stuff. So we've seen these types of transitions in technology to go, oh, we get scared on things we can't control or don't see or can't understand. The reality is, just like the web or just like the music business changed from vinyl to cassettes to digital, it's not going away, man. And neither is AI, just like the World Wide Web. So understand the tool, learn the tool, use it productively, and or not. You have a choice. And it's okay if you don't. It's quite all right. I know a lot of DJs like yourself, Stealth, that still spin vinyl. It's fucking dope.
But
It's so cool. I have a vinyl record store. No disrespect to digital, but love for traditional, you know, um, analog. So, but I happen to be super geeked like yourself on digital, and it just for me it becomes an exciting new change that we're not going to control. So, what are you going to do about it, right? You can
well,
hate on
either
shit all
well,
day. There
yeah,
are a lot of things I don't like, but I'm not going to wake up every day and hate on shit. I'm going to look for the sunset and the sunrise, and I'm going to figure out how it works for me, the best way I can leverage it as my tool. So, three big shifts I can give you right now. First is creation. So, it's been consumerized, right? The barrier to making something that sounds polished keeps dropping stuff, just like your Suno example. Second, distribution is infinite. Right now, shelf is endless, bro. Right? You have distribution, you can release records, you can do, and scale like anything. Third is discovery, right? Discovery means your social media, your website, your channels. The problem is increasingly when people, major labels and independents, are using large language models to scale because there are 4 billion people in the world and you can now reach them.
can you quickly explain what an LLM is? Because a lot of guys on here are kind of new to all of this. Can you just explain, like in layman's terms, what an LLM is?
Right. So everyone's heard of ChatGPT. It's replaced Google. Now Google's trying to get their AI block on. If you go to Google, there's an AI block, and that's powered by Gemini. That's Google's AI. Large language model is LLM, large language model. The large language models in the that world that we're utilizing in AI, really the key players are Gemini, Claude. Gemini is owned by Google. Claude is Anthropic. Uh, OpenAI is ChatGPT. Microsoft is partnered with OpenAI as well as Anthropic, which is Claude. So if for those that aren't aware knowledgeable of AI, I'm sure you've heard of it. It's been around for a couple years. When it was first released, OpenAI first released it to the public. It was the largest product release ever in go to market, and in my world, that's huge as far as marketing, and so more people signed up and started becoming users of that platform, bigger than any launch in history.
Didn't
Period.
know that. You talked about Chat GPT?
Yeah, the parent company is OpenAI.
OpenAI. Yeah, that's the main one I used. Let me give a little tip. If you guys want to use these for free, it's a website called LM Arena, LMARENA. I think it's .com. And then if not, just search LM Arena. You get to test out all these different LLMs, large language models, for free. So you can use Claude, you can use Gemini, because different ones are good for different purposes, correct?
Yeah, so and I have subscriptions to all of these, but they all have free versions. So like Perplexity has a real good deep research. So if you're doing deep research on anything like the music business or use cases around uh, any topic you could think of, I would use Perplexity for research. I would use Claude, Opus, or one of their models for also research, copywriting. You can do compare and contrast, so competitive analysis. OpenAI I use for writing. It's a great creative tool. I also, but I constantly sort of validate and test all of these language models. Even when I'm working on projects, I'll start, say, with Perplexity and do some research, and then I'll move that result back over to, say, ChatGPT and see what my results are, and I'll dance between both of those, or maybe three models, and come up with some truth and have some real solid clarity. Not that they're far off, but they all have a different result, as you mentioned, and expertise, if you will, like you said, still. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm all for it. Like I always want to be Jimmy Ivan. It's just I didn't have the funds to do it. Now you guys could be the record label. You could create your own
Yeah.
independent label and have
Yeah.
AI do your marketing promotion. Have it set up your budget. Have it go do research on how to find artists. I have AI looking for film and television people to send music to. It's so many ways that this could be your whole team. Interscope University, we have 3,000 people. With a good AI set up by Rob, you can have this run your whole label. You can have it do your branding, your market
Yeah.
promotion, help you with your songwriting, help you with your beats. I got AI running my label, something I could not afford to do, and something I just didn't have the manpower to do. So guys, don't sleep. If you always want to release albums, and you don't even have to have artists. I've released 200 songs. I don't have one artist, one musician, or anybody else. I did the whole thing myself. And you guys can do the same thing. And I want you guys to hear pre-Rob and after Rob, because Rob will get you right. Like, I'm going to keep it real. I am new to hosting. Rob sent me some help. You know what I mean? So guys, don't be afraid to ask for help, and save you a budget, though. You know what I mean? Because we are trying to pay bills, you know? So he's going to tell you, you know, towards the end, how much it will cost him to help you with your label, because I'm for sure going to have Rob come on and help me consult, because I'm new to all this AI. Rob was on top of the AI and all the streaming before I even knew what it was. So I really appreciate you and Ed, and thanks for your patience, man. I just like to say, I'm not the easiest person to work with, but thank you and Ed for your patience and the opportunity.
I don't know that side of you, brother. Swear, and I know that you have this identity of yourself to be, but you know, I know you're an amazing businessman. You're very smart. I understand why you would have gone into engineering in the military. You're a very smart person, Stealth, but you're an amazing business guy. I don't see. You've always been super kind and gracious with me, even in pressure, when we were under pressure to go live and do our things. And there is pressure when you're producing a live broadcast. I mean, we've done it for years.
Oh, you taught me, man. You taught me like how to keep people entertained, man, because this shit ain't easy. Like me, I'd rather go DJ for somebody or go play in a band, because I know better how to entertain. But how to keep people focused on this is an art, man. And I like to commend you for being on top of it, and commend you for giving us the chance to be really the first guinea pigs in all this live stuff. We used to do live. I wish we could pull up that footage, man. We used to go live for 3 damn hours at the old house in Fontana.
That's right, Stealth. And you know, we were blessed with, you know, I took a meeting with this gent, one of the co-founders of Justin TV, which is now Twitch, Justin Lin, and I gave him and Ed was still a public access, like, little video show with, you know, not no disrespect, Ed. I mean, that's why we became partners and took the show where we did. But it was a great. He had the elements of an amazing MTV public access show like no other, and had as access to artists like no other. Stealth. Ed is amazing when it comes to relationships.
He was doing this before all of us doing
All of us.
Great, and I wish we could find him interviews and post him interviews to YouTube, man.
Right.
And
Right.
I've been asking Ed to do that for years. Ed has some incredible interviews, and I think he can monetize greatly right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see how young Alicia Keys was at that time. She does an independent video show drop. She was 17 or 18 years old.
So wait a minute, you have the footage of all this on your website?
No, just on. I have some drops from the artists that we used to market and promote, right? So we worked with Pitbull and Ying Yang Twins and Alicia Keys and Jay-Z, and Ed was just great at scooping these artists as they rolled through Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, we have Jerry Heller when he dropped his book before the documentary or film came out on.
Right before he passed away. Yeah.
Right before he passed away, I had him in the studio. I had Miguel, huge R&B artist.
I remember Miguel.
16 years old. I mean, Alexander, remember my son? He was 8 years old on camera too, man. We got a shot of the three of us. Miguel must have been 15 or 16 years old then. But that's where Ed was taking really a cutting edge piece of the show. For me, I wanted to improve the distribution channels, which I did as we talked about, and improve the production quality. And then that's when broadband really opened up. So, we've seen a huge transition in technology, but definitely shout out to Ed Waterford, because that was some amazing experience that we had together for sure, running that show.
Yeah, Ed is definitely a great mentor and been in this industry. And like I said, hopefully I'm trying to get him on the show, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he definitely has some jewels, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So what do you think is breaking right now as far as the industry that you're in?
Breaking, you mean in terms of music, or like attribution and provenance and ownership, and AI is not to blame for breaking the music industry. Or music itself. What's happening right now goes back to, yes, some technology, so we can diss on that a bit, but the major labels are not going away. That's just a reality, and neither is AI. I mean, Universal Music, you keep bringing up Jimmy, and I mean, the biggest label and distributor and publisher in the world is UMG, period. Like, they just partnered with NVIDIA to govern and keep all of this aligned, right? So what does that mean? It's hard to say, but it's not going away. So scale. So when you can generate content at scale, which is, I know what they want to do, right? Everyone's asking ourselves. Even my mom sends me a video. I'm like, Mom, that's a totally AI. She's like, that looks like a human being. Like, that's so crazy. It's so crazy. So what they want to do is scale it, right? So if I can reach 3 million Justin Bieber fans, why can't I reach Justin's, Timberlake's, and 10 other artists' fans at scale, right? Especially with the new artists. So generating content at scale, you get impersonations, right? You get spam, fraud, platforms are being forced to respond to this. For example, like Spotify stuff, like AI protection specifically mentions like better enforcement of impersonalization, like people impersonating the artist.
Yeah, that was
Violate.
crazy. Yeah, how you could just make Gaga or whoever in an
Right.
AI voice and then say that they put it. I mean, that was genius. You ever thought of that scam? Because, like, damn, how in the hell did you get Gaga on there and it sounds just like her? Yeah, so I mean, I get that. But these guys are trying to ban all AI or do something like Deezer to where they
Not
put a label on your music if they feels it was AI generated, which is scary. Like, how does only Deezer know that it's AI, and then Spotify and the rest don't, or Apple Music, or they don't care, or I don't
right.
understand how all that works. And another concern of mine is that with using Suno, and they're still in the middle of this lawsuit, do you think eventually the record companies, like I think, will own Suno and all that, and then they will eventually take royalties from the stuff that you put out? Because what I think is going to happen is that if Suno fails, they're going to let Warner, Universal, and Sony take ownership of it. That way, when we do music, we have to give them a percentage, or we have to go through them. And eventually, I think they're going to have AI holograms and AI robots to replace all of everybody. So as a label, it's hard to deal with artists. I got to worry about them overdosing, going to another label. I don't have to worry about an AI robot or hologram do that. Do you think eventually
Going to
artists, humans,
jail.
yeah? Do you think eventually humans are going to be obsolete when it comes to entertainment?
Yes and no, Stealth. So, Spotify and industry outlets reported removing like 75 million spammy tracks, right, as part of the crackdown. Uh, it's not a headline, man. It's the signal that the supply flood of that music is now big enough to threaten trust and royalty systems. I mean, that's the biggest piece. So when you're talking about a real live living artist, fans want to connect to that. They still want to go to live shows, bro. Like I just went to K Rock's Acoustic Christmas, right? I did the marketing for that. And you know, down here at Kia, the old forum, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just, it was so amazing to be turned to just be in that auditorium connecting with those artists on stage. So I think it's half and half still. We're seeing today Suno tracks landing on Billboard charts, bro. So you tell me. I don't
Yeah.
think the fans want to actually connect and build, be part of that tribe, and connect with their artists. But doesn't mean that if somebody writes or releases a hit song, if it's catchy, it's going to stay in your brain, and you're going to go, oh, I'm going to add this to my playlist, and so more AI music is being added to playlists because Suno killed the game, and probably another, the next competitor next week will come out. But every single, I'm not sure every single music genre, but top 10 on country charts, top 10 on pop charts, and it's 50-50. I think back to Deezer, right? Ran a study across eight countries with 9,000 people and reported 97% couldn't reliably distinguish fully AI generated music from human made music.
The audience doesn't care. I mean, the
They
audience
don't
doesn't care about what we're doing in the kitchen. They worry about what comes out and they can eat.
care.
And
Yeah,
I
the
keep telling,
product.
Yeah, nobody cares. Yeah, they care about the product. They don't care about what we did to make the product. They really don't. I think, like I said, the only people complaining about AI is that people that services aren't better than AI.
Yeah, so you got to polish your game, and
You got to step it up.
even I have to polish my game. You know, it's a never ending creation and learning piece for sure. And
Yeah,
I'm old as a mug, Steph.
I'm 50. Look, I'm 53, man. I need to retire. That's why I'm trying out this. I'm trying out this live shit. Every time I go to work, it get harder and harder. You know what I'm saying? And we're not getting any younger. So I went back to you, man. I'm like, well, let me try this online stuff. People keep saying like the YouTube game and all that is getting harder, but listen, ain't no harder than how we had to break them records back in the day of going and gang neighborhoods and putting up flyers and posters. That's hard. Okay.
Dropping the flyers off at the strip clubs. Come on, bro.
Man, putting up these all red game posters in crip neighborhoods and worrying about your life, and with just foolishness we used to have to go through in the real world of this. So
no doubt.
Don't let these fools tell you that it's something wrong with AI. Like back when synthesizers first started, they want to outlaw synthesizers. Back when Pro Tools first started, all the 2-inch guys were going up.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Gonna kill the studio business. No, it didn't.
It helped.
It flattened the barrier of entry for people like you and me and the rest of the artists that couldn't afford $500 an hour. It lowered the barrier of entry for us to actually record our music and produce a demo or even release the stuff ourselves.
Like I said, to produce these songs, you would have to, like you said, it'd be at least $500 a musician. It might cost you another $1,000 to mix it, another $1,000 to master it. And before I entered into this new realm of doing these 10 albums, I asked everybody, all the musicians that would say yes, no, I'm not trying to shade anybody. The stuff I already had is better than what they was going to give me. And all the musicians that are better than me, they want a lot of money. So I can't afford, and I'm not even going to talk about the artists. All these artists, I don't work with hundreds of artists. I'm trying to work with artists now. Everybody got an excuse. I get it. We're in our 50s now. So fuck it. I'll just use AI artists. And fuck it. I'll just use AI to help me make my tracks sound better and really book sessions that I couldn't book before. I'm doing Latin music. You know how much money it would cost me to find somebody that could play the tuba or the damn accordion? I'm doing country western. You know how much money it costs to get those guys in sessions in Nashville? So guys, use applications like Sora to do your videos. I like using Sora. And then I use a lot of Suno and use ChatGPT to help you with your lyrics if you're not a lyricist, and that help you do your marketing plan. You know, like I said, you need to get a guy like Rob to help you put it all together so your brand seems consistent when you do it, because that's what I need help with. It's just I don't know what to do. One day I might do live. One day I might do content to where you read it in the post. The other day I might do music. So I'm just trying to focus in. I'm monetized on Facebook right now. That's the only platform I monetize. So I'm really trying to get monetized on these other platforms. And AI can help you do that. The strategies it come up with is incredible, man. Incredible.
Yeah. So where's it headed, Steph? That's a real question. Like what hit me in my brain cell is asking myself that question. So 25 plus years in design, marketing, brand systems for enterprise companies to startups, and my excitement around AI. You know me, I'm ready to build something. Like where do I see the gap, right? So to me, like I see two music economies. One is functional and automated. High volume music feeds content and ecosystems, background usage, certain sync and UGC use cases. And the other is identity driven artistry where fans pay for authenticity. So like you said, they don't care about who made the product. But on the other hand, to go deeper, to sell merch and to sell to extend the value of that listener, if that's an AI artist, you're probably not going to see them perform live unless there's a hologram and people already get that that's what they're about to go see, right? And that
Yes.
happened. They did it to Tupac at Coachella, right?
Yep. And Easy
Uh,
E and everybody else. And I think that's going to be pretty standard. I seen one video, I don't know if it was AI, but they all of their dancers were robots. I think
wow.
it's going to start off with the dancers being robots.
Yeah, I mean, and what I think is not going away is an artist's creativity stuff. So whether you're using AI or picking up a drum or a guitar, that piece is the one that's not going away. We've got to be storytellers, going back to Tony Haynes as a lyricist, right? Going back to picking up a guitar and figuring out whatever inspired you for that melody, or a drum, or whatever. Creativity and authenticity is not going away. So like I said, live performance, collaborations with other artists. The trust piece is big. It's real. The connection to fans. What? There's a That's what's going to be missing in AI. AI cannot generate that type of connection of authenticity and trust, and it can't produce live experience. So, but it can mimic sound. That's what you're talking about with Suno, or an instrument, or but it cannot mimic the relationship between fan and artist, at least today. So,
I just see a future, man, that I'm sitting here and I'm working on everything from my laptop. I just did the album, so now I'm gonna program the robots. I'm gonna do their choreography, and then I'm gonna program the
I saw
artist,
that stuff.
and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna hook it all up to the lights, so everything is in sync with the lights, everything. And then I know every show they're gonna show up. They're not gonna be too high or drunk. And then all I do is have a maintenance engineer for the robots, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
have my normal front of house engineer and my normal lighting guys and stuff like that. So that stuff I think will always have a job for those type of guys, because when this stuff fails, because if one of them system fail, you got to have somebody that know, okay, let me get my lighting guy. The lights aren't synced up. Let me get my audio guy. It ain't syncing up. You still gonna need riggers to hang all this stuff. You know what I mean? So it's not gonna put the needed people out of business, but Disney already does it. Look at the Abe Lincoln thing. Like, if you pay attention to Disney, Disney's on top of a lot of this stuff already. They already have, they're called, what is it, animatronics. So they already have robots that have been replacing people. I mean, how long has that animatronic of Abe Lincoln been at Disney? I mean, what, 30 years? Like, I remember it as a kid going to
Oh
see it.
man. I mean,
So
Disney's a master of that with Disneyland. I mean, please.
yeah, I mean, Disney, you're going to probably see the first to replace everybody with AI, because they're working towards it now with all the characters they built. Because think about it, wouldn't you much rather have C-3PO show you around the park, or have these characters show you around the park, than these
Hell
corny? I used
yeah.
to work at Disney for 5 years. Then the corny guy with the hat on and the corny tie show you around. So eventually, and then you got to pay those people, and then they're not reliable a lot of times. You could program these robots exactly with AI, how to have good customer service, how to smile, and be a better worker. So just, guys, be better than the AIs, and you don't have to worry about it replacing you. And I keep going back to that.
Yeah, it's so, and back to the music industry, like, it's definitely shifting, right? So you said you had a lot of haters about AI. You get that a lot, Stealth. Right now it's shaping, because everyone needs to understand AI is not going away. We saw the same stuff in the World Wide Web shit, right? AI is not going away. So how are you going to proactively have it improve your life somehow and use it that way? That's what it's there for. Or don't, Matt. but there's no reason to hate. Like, don't ruin your day because other people want to use AI any way they chose to do, right? So we don't need to hate on anything. The whole rule and law of life is don't judge. So use it as you will or don't. And
It,
so right
it,
now we're beyond the fight. So that's an old story. All these haters, it's an old story, I'm telling you. And it's not World Wide Web or AI stuff. The world has been going through platform life changes for a hell of a long time, even in the workforce in America, where all of our jobs get shipped overseas, right? We don't have to have coal miners anymore because there's a machine for that, right? My great grandparents were coal miners, man. Cats died of lung cancer. I'm just
wow.
saying, like, they didn't even smoke cigarettes. But I'm just saying, like, there is an evolution, right? Then a truck and a machine will take over their jobs, right? The job they worked out from seventh grade on just to pay the bills and help the family. I'm just saying, like, it's not none of this is our enemy. There is change and transition. We either use it and improve our lives and get with that, or you don't. But don't waste any time hating anyone or anything, or if you want to do things the traditional way outside of social media or technology, then shut your computer off and turn your phone off.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean, yeah,
like,
don't use any of the tech. Like, go back to the rotary phone and the brick phones.
yeah, I mean, you could buy that on TikTok too. I saw the brilliant mind. But anyway, I'm not hating on haters. I'm just saying move on, man. Right now things are being shaped. It's not going away. So you
It,
can continue wasting your time about complaining about the shit and shut all your technology off. Go move to a deserted island. It doesn't really matter. Just be happy and enjoy your life is my
what
point.
what
And or use technology how it can improve your life or
what
don't. It's
what do
not
you
that
have?
complicated.
What do you
Uh,
have to say to the people that say that using Suno is stealing? Because you could probably explain better than I could in a technical term
I mean,
why.
unless you're talking to John Mayer, it's not hurting you.
Yeah, because
So who are you? Like, unless you're, you know, some artist, you have. What are you talking about? Let the let John Mayer and the big artists figure all that shit out. They
well,
will. Please trust me.
the big people aren't worried about Suno, like Timberland and like some of the best musicians out there, and
Yeah,
guys like, yeah,
Pharrell,
we're not worried about it. We use it as a tool.
dude, the whole industry has been sampling music after music, and like nothing is real. You can't bring me a song pre-AI and not hear a melody that came from Lebanon or Egypt or somewhere else in the world that is completely 100% original stuff. Please, bro.
Like I tell people, you then go ahead and copyright C major, copyright chord progressions. Why do you think you can't copyright chord progressions? You can't. You can. You can
I
copyright
mean,
melody, right? Because come on, most of these pop songs are like a 1-4-5 chord progression. They use all the same chord progressions and they change the keys. Let's keep it real. Let's talk from a music standpoint. So
yeah,
it's not one chord progression you're gonna probably play that I haven't heard before. Melody, yeah, I
100%.
can get that. Yeah, I understand. But to me, it's not stealing because they're not sampling songs. The way AI pulls these songs and learns these songs, it's not what you're thinking. Nobody's going to take your whack bass line and then put it and then Suno give it to somebody else. That's just not how the algorithm works.
Yeah, I mean, Warner partnered with Suno. That's who you're talking about right now. So emphasizing like opt-in control for name, image, voice, composition again, like infrastructure thinking. That's Warner and Suno. And so Warner came down, excuse me, Suno's agreed, and they're putting governance and things in place to recognize, and so is Spotify. But again, you're talking about big, uh, like capitalistic. So you're either going to go get a record label deal or a sub deal from one of the majors, Sony, UMG, or you know one of the big labels, or uh, a sub label, or be independent, right? So the independent blueprint is like the artists that I respect that have this really independent swagger. Tech Nine as well as I
Rich
do.
and Violet Brown and all them. Like,
Please, bro,
did you see their compound? Like, that's where I want to get to. They have
dude.
30 artists that I've never heard of, but they're rich. See, that's what I want to do, but I don't have $1 million investment, and AI is going to help me try to get them 30 artists.
Right.
Because without that, I don't have $1 million or $10 million to record and assign all them acts. So yeah, much respect
When
to
you
Tech Nine and Strange Music, and shouts out to Violet Brown. Violet been around the music industry since the Warehouse days and Easy days. So yeah,
100%.
much respect to Tech Nine.
Yeah, so those are the blueprints, like Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, and like those are great case studies for independent artists or artists that want to get out of that system. There are artists that you know uh, stay independent, or like Anderson Paak, he goes and signs with Aftermath, and then bridges over into Interscope, and which is UMG. The reality is, when Adrian found Anderson, he was touring, doing what he loved to do. He was in the bed, driving the van and the musicians around club to club to club to club to club.
Wait a minute, I didn't know that he was the driver, Anderson Paak.
No, I'm saying,
Oh,
I don't know.
Adrian. Yeah.
I'm sure that he drove, but my point is that no, no, no. I don't know whether he drove the van or not. I'm just saying,
Oh,
like,
got you. I got you. You're
the
paraphrasing.
band was in a van touring clubs when he was found by Adrian Miller, and Adrian strategically took that deal to Dre. So the point is like, as an independent artist, it's all about the product, right? We said that, and getting yourself out there and sharpening your performance skills and your uh, writing music and crafting your craft. Like, you just know the cats that make it, like an Anderson Paak or like a Tech Nine or like a Macklemore. They started the way you did stuff, like, or the way I did, in early on in my career. And it's like, dude, I was a customer service person until I got my first web job, and right, you just build it. It's how it is as an artist. I worked in the mailroom as a drummer when I was started playing out and then touring and doing that. So it's the most humbling experience, but if you love it, you craft your art and you craft your music. So some of the respectable independent artists that stayed independent, that I would say, to model whether you're going to do today's uh, independent record label, or maybe you get a sub label deal for distribution. The reality is, to Sal's point, is you don't need anyone at this point, because through AI you can have a marketing department, you can have strategic go to market, you can have your creative writing AI agent be building out your social media calendar, building all the content around using AI to build out all the content with either original art or Nano Banana, and what South is using brilliantly is Suno, or VO3 is a beautiful platform for outputting video.
I like using Sora.
Or Sora, sorry. Yeah, Sora. And if you're an independent label, just market or just blueprint study artists like Macklemore. He has his own label. It's completely independent. And like uh, major Grammy, right? Recognized 2014 best rap album for Heist, right? Best new artist, Grammy profile reflects all of that, man. Tech Nine, Strange Music, yeah, Stealth. I, their merch warehouse in Kansas is like
Huge, huge.
it's like 6 football fields, bro.
That inspired me. Like, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing and shit? Like, I work with all these famous people and they got these 30 artists I've never heard of, but they're rich. So what am I doing
Straight up.
wrong? So I study strange music. So
A
yeah, that's
strong,
good. Yeah.
one of the strongest. I don't care what genre of music it is. One of the strongest independent artists happens to be hip hop or rap. If you ever see Tech Nine live, he's amazing. And anyway, Forbes profiled Tech Nine, serious independent mogul kid, right?
And then LaRussell, have you heard of LaRussell?
Yeah,
LaRussell, I've been studying him lately because he's actually telling you the truth on how he spent $30,000 per campaign and how he had
right.
to pay E40 100,000 and how much money it actually takes to do this shit. Because Rob, I haven't been in the music for 8 years, right? So I'm like, let me just release these 10 albums and hopefully something blow up. It don't happen like that, y'all. No matter how good your music is, if you don't get I would say 10,000 hits in 30 days on your Spotify, you can get lost in the cloud of the under 150,000 records that they get every day, guys. So it do take some
That's a
money.
great. That's a
So
great.
make sure you guys save up your money and get guys like Rob to help you consult with your AI, or get somebody like me to help you with your music, because you can have the greatest music ever, but if you don't have a little budget to get above the clouds, you're just gonna get lost in the mix, man. And
Yeah, you got to learn the business on where you get paid, how you get paid, all the different ways in the United States of America on how you get paid. That's called the music industry. So for independent young labels and artists, study those frameworks. Macklemore, Tech Nine from Strange Music. What else? What other independent labels should they be studying?
I mean, I like LaRussell because he really tells like numbers. Like, talk to guys that really tell you guys the numbers, because people that are trying to sell you a product, don't always trust them. You know what I mean? Because they're just trying to sell you a product. Get with the people that really going to tell you the truth. I would say LaRussell, Tech Nine, and I can't think of anybody else that actually tells you the numbers, because Tech Nine don't tell you the numbers. LaRussell kind of do. So I
Okay.
really respect LaRussell, because you guys got to know, man, a lot of these projects, we have $1 million budgets behind.
For real. And so
Yeah.
that's another reality. Like it does, no matter what product you're trying to release to get eyeballs, first of all, in today's world where everyone doesn't have time, there's a scroller epidemic, and to get someone's attention to sell any product, I don't care what it is. First of all, it has to be a dope product. That's number one. That of my takeaway today that we've come across. The product has to be amazing, whether it's a human or an AI. It doesn't really matter. The product makes anything. To release a product costs money to reach eyeballs that will click to buy something. And you gotta today in my digital marketing space, the number is 22 times. So you have to reach that person, capture their attention at least 22 times, and
Wow.
somehow resonate with that person, right? It used to be 7 times back in the day before the internet. So we did postcards, we did billboards, we did TV, we did all those things, right? Right, Stel,
Yeah.
to reach people. Magazines. When the internet hit, that brought it up, and that brought it up to about 11. Well, now with everyone's uh, uh, you know to get them to stop and scroll and look at your stuff, it costs money. And so it is about learning your business and making your product the best that it can be, but also not getting hung up on the market. We're here to say, look, we're here for you. I'm here to mentor, and yes, they'll certainly make money. That's been our business for a long time. You know this, and so, you know, what I invented is exciting stuff around AI. So
Well,
I
yeah,
invented a solution. It's an infrastructure solution around large language models. It's called Prism IO, and the URL, shout out to the URL, is prismio.ai. And so what that does is the first engine is an architect of your brand. So it's a mirror of your brand, tone, style, writing style. It literally is the architect for your messaging and communication. The second engine to that piece is governance. So if you're going to utilize AI, I'm going to create a mirror of your brand. So a mirror, if you've heard of like a brain mirror or a clone of you, like a video clone, what you're using uh, video to do, right? Any of your messaging, any of your content can be digitized. A digital mirror of you can be digitized and then installed in a large language model for scale and output, which today doesn't exist in the world.
I want to be. First of all, we're gonna get the pricing, but I want to be your first experiment, man, because I need your services. Like I'm all over the place with the branding. Like one
Yeah.
episode, I might be blazing a blunt, cussing a motherfucker out. The next, I'm talking executive shit. So that's kind of confusing to people if you're going after corporate things. So I'm going to see what the pricing is, and I'm going to see if I can afford your services. And I want guys to look at all my social media now, and then I want you guys to look at my social media after this man helps, because he's the one. I'm gonna tell him some behind the scenes shit. He
Yeah,
the
go.
one got me reading the script, and thank God I got somebody professional to help me, because it's very rare that people that are bigger than me that will help that don't cost a lot of money. So thank you, Rob. He
Of
got me looking at this script, and this helps me stay on track, because all my other episodes we bounce to 30 different subjects. So like I really appreciate just the little thing you did with the scripting, man. So tell these guys, like, because a lot of my friends, I'm trying to get them to start independent labels and have
Okay.
this virtual record label. Like, how exactly would that fit into like Beatology and Prism IO? That's PRISMIO.com, right? Not .ai. Is it
It's
.ai?
.ai. Yeah, it's
Okay.
prismio.ai.
So
Prismio.ai.
what services would you bring to a company like mine that I'm really trying to go all AI artists?
Right. So Prism IO is the brand operating system for AI. So when we go into a brand meeting, Stealth, like at Interscope Records or any of these companies, right? Because you've not only worked in the music business, you've helped brands before.
Yeah.
So when we go into brands, companies, or record labels, the C-suite wants a certain message to be communicated out internally among the employees, as well as the communication outside of the label, right?
Yes.
And so today, uh, as and if you go to, say, the publishing department who's overseeing Michael Jackson's catalog, uh, it's all in her brain, right? Instead of like having governance in a document that says, oh, here's what Michael Jackson will approve, or here's what his estate won't approve. But it's in this one person's head at Sony Music, right? And if so she gets fired, leaves, or dies, no one really has this document that lives inside maybe a filing cabinet somewhere. So what I've done is created a system using AI that creates, number one, a mirror of your brand, voice, tone, writing style. And then we install that inside the large language model, which allows you to scale. So output your content at scale, Stealth, not just to one social media channel, but to many.
Yeah, because what I'm having trouble with is that every time I open up a new chat window, it's like I gotta train the fucking AI over and over again. And sometimes in the same chat window, it would just start veering off, you know. So what I was doing is that I was using the Gemini application builder, and I'm trying to build out my own application to stay steady with the AI, but the application uses AI. Just to me, AI isn't steady enough for brand consistency. So what you're doing is perfect, man, because that's the big problem I have with AI, that even if I use the same chat log, even if I put in the rules what to do, it will always be like, man, fuck you, I'm gonna give it my way. So that's kind of scary.
So Stealth, what you're saying is I solved that, right?
Perfect. And I need that help, man. My shit is all over the place. My post. I mean, seriously, one post to be like pro-immigration, the next post is hate immigration, the next post is like pro-gay, the next post is anti. I want one brand, one voice across all my AI. So definitely you just something to the market.
No, you just said the tagline: your brand, one voice, everywhere.
Yes, sir, man, because it's just not consistent. Even with Sora, it always will fuck something up. Like if you look at the AI, the phone is backwards or it's misspelled words. And it just, I don't know what's up with that, but I was trying to build my own LLM so I can make it better. Is that even possible, or do they have to use your services? Because I can't figure it out. Like to get the kind of computer to do your own LLM, ain't it like $30,000, $40,000 to do a light LLM? I don't have that type of money.
I mean, so there are large language models that you can actually install locally, which you won't have the
it's
token
not going to be as
expense,
robust.
the token expense. But yeah, it's a very light model compared to what you're doing. Excuse me, Stealth. And there are even video models that are doing the same thing, right? So what you described is what I created and built, Stealth. It's the brand system architect models the brand identity as machine readable, right? So it's logic. The logic is brand identity. It's your brand voice. Then the second engine is called the brand OS, which is that enforces that model in AI across all large language models. So once I encode it, Stealth, then it's installed, and that thing is installed in any large language model or third-party service or AI tools that you are using, and it won't get off the rails.
It won't hallucinate.
It won't hallucinate. Yeah. Workflows, channels, all that stuff. So
yeah, because with the video, it's tough. Like audio, I pretty much became a prompt engineer, so I can get what I want mainly for audio, but video, man, like the lip syncing itself is a journey. Like I gave up on lip syncing. You know what I'm saying? So and then I learned just to accept the mistakes. Like fuck it. So what you're doing is well needed, man, because I got misspellings of some of my videos. My legs going behind my head. But only I like noticed that. But what I noticed, the general public don't give a fuck. If you have a great song and like decent, and money, like
it goes back to the product, man.
Yeah, but let's not be fooled by the billboard, because I know what's up with getting records to #1. Like a lot of times you could buy 3,000 of your own units and then wow, you have a #1 record, because digital downloads aren't that many. So say for instance, I have an extra $3,000. I'm gonna go on the release date of my song and buy 3,000 of my albums. That way I go to #1 in Billboard. So like those headlines, they're not impressive, because I know all it takes is the right money and you can get a #1 in Billboard. So just because something is in the charts, guys, don't take that with a grain of salt. That might have costed $2 million and they made 100,000 back.
That's true. That's true. And I can tell you, that's what's happening with these AI artists that you see explode. I mean, it's quite impressive. But Stealth, you're 100% right on the music. These cats are placing one phone call. You know, the handful of people that you and I both know, from radio to charting, and how a lot of them do it. But the reality is, to get it to stick, right, Stealth, to get it to stick past 6 weeks and to sell merch and to connect, it's really where you're going to actually become an artist and long term, and really be authentic and have people connect with you.
Because I need it, because from my research with AI, everything is saying you have to go over the 10,000 mark within the first 30 days. So I tried to build out something that would tell me how to get there and in budget, and it's just the AI is not there yet. Like, give me a number. How much will it cost? And nobody could do that efficiently. Even with meta ads and like Spotify campaign, it's just you shooting in the dark, man. So hopefully, you could develop something that could give me some real marketing and branding solutions, because AI is good, but it's not. It's like a good assistant. Like they're an assistant for a reason. I catch mistakes in it all the time. So guys, don't fully depend on it. Always use your brain and your ear, because some of this stuff it just don't add up, and a lot of this stuff is gated. Like that's why I want my own computer, so I can run my own models on this, because like I said, I would love to get a little raunchier. I can't even have girls in bikini on Sora. You know what I mean? And I know sex sells. I'm not trying to get naked. Well, maybe in the X-rated versions, but it's certain limitations that I hope we can get past with your company too. Will your AI allow us to do maybe some a little more crazier things that we would do with Sora, or we still got to run our own LLMs to make the AI give us images that might not be Sora compliant?
It's not.
You know what I mean?
It's not going to break the ethical piece of. It won't break the ethical piece of the governance that is installed in Sora, or like a VO3, for example. But there are there are solutions, Stealth, that we'll talk about. I forget what they are off the top of my head, but there are video solutions on Sora, Kling, and the other really powerful, like for
Nano Banana. So in other words, the different LLMs will allow you to do more raunchier stuff, if you will, or put famous people. Like back when it first came out, I knew they were going to fuck it up. They were doing the most racist shit in the world on Sora, and I knew Sora wasn't going to go for it. They were making apes sound like black people, and it's like the early days of Sora, you could do anything. Now you can't even put a girl in a bikini. You got to have the artist's permission to use their image, which I get. You know what I mean? Because I would have loved to do a video with me and Easy or me and Tupac, but I guess they do have the right to the state to who I'm going to put or whose voice I'm going to use in it. But I'm not going to front, man. Like, I really want to do like them BET uncut videos. I know how much sex sells, and I know how much it will cost to do that. Like, you would have to hire.
Why did WorldStar blow up so much, please, man?
That's what I'm saying. You would at least have to pay those models their fee, probably about $500. You have to do hair, you have to do makeup, you have to hire everybody out. So you're looking at some thousands for a piece you don't even know is going to make your money back. If I could do that, I just want some twerking girls. Now I can't have no twerking girls. Come on, man. Like, I'm not saying, well, not butt naked on YouTube, but maybe in the OnlyFans, because there are people right now making money with the OnlyFans AI. So I know there's a way to do it. You know what I mean? But I do want to like do some more crazier things with my AI. So that's good to know that you can help with that and help.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head what the solution is, but there is a solution that I know will be on the level that you want to build music videos around, and I know where you're going with the
and lip
bikini or
syncing
less,
too.
and
Yeah, lip syncing too is another big thing.
The lip syncing was when it was tested. Yeah, I liked it.
It's just expensive. Like, I can go to a solution for lip syncing, but when it gets to be hundreds or thousands of dollars per credit just to do a video, it's just not worth it. So what I'll do is that I'll just use Sora, and I just found out it's a way in Sora you could use freebeats.ai, and it would take out all the Sora branding. So I didn't even know it was tools like that. So I'm gonna check that out. I think that one is called freebeat.ai, where it would take out the branding. And another solution I'm just now looking at is clippers. Are you familiar with the different that would take like our video, and instead of me having to go through this video, it will automatically go through an auto clip and make shorts for me. So
the so, long form to short clips, for like stories and whatnot.
Yeah, so these are all things, guys, that Rob can help you with. Those are just some particular things that I'm having issues with.
I see.
That would help me. So if you guys have any AI questions, make sure you hit up Prism PRISMIO.ai and give Rob a chance. Because like I said, I'm about to. I might have to get a second job to afford Rob, but that's okay. I'm about to utilize his services because I need help. You know, just like I said, I didn't work with everybody, but to me, my brand isn't looking the way it needs to look to get the kind of endorsements I'm seeing lesser people getting. So I need to step up as a professional and hire somebody more professional, and I hate to say it, more smart than me. You got to have people around you guys that are just as smart and just as powerful as you, steel sharp steel. You know what I mean? So, like I said, Rob was the original person. I didn't even know what live streaming was. I didn't even know what bandwidth was. Rob was like, hey, man, make sure your band. I'm like, what the fuck is bandwidth? So because of this, man, I'm even doing this shit now. And he was on top of this shit before everybody was, guys. Like, this is one of my smart musician friends. Like, a lot of these musicians are geniuses. Like, for him to know this technology before everybody and for Ed to be on top of this, it's just a blessing. I was just a blessing to be around people like that, man. So make sure you guys go to his website, prism.io.ai, and use his services. Is there any other services that you want to let people know? Because most of our audience is music people and rappers and stuff like that. Like, is there any more services that you might offer that you haven't mentioned yet that our audience will be able to utilize you? And what are the starting packages? Do I have to have like a $10,000 budget, $1,000 budget, or how does that work?
It depends on what it is, Stealth. And you know, I've always worked with independent, you know, startups or young artists. I mean, I'm here to help within reason, for sure. I certainly have to get paid, but you know, look, if anyone wants to add me to their team, I'm honored. You know, I'm not cheap, I'm not free, but you know, if it's a project that I'm interested in, like you know, I'll cut even a deal for cash and performance. You know, I'll put my money where my mouth is, you know, but we'll have to break bread somehow. And that's usually, you know, a bit of cash and some equity or something like that. You know, I'm
so upfront and some back end. So in other words, guys, come with some money up front. You know what I mean? And if he believes in you, then he'll work out a percentage, probably per company or per project, depending
Yeah.
on, you know, how it is. But keep in mind, guys, Rob has worked with like the biggest people and biggest corporations. So just make sure you're ready. And if your music ain't ready, just give me a holler. I'm not
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
yeah.
Definitely call Stealth to get the stuff ironed out on the product side. Is yeah, for sure.
Because shit in, shit out. You guys don't want to brand a piece of shit, because then everybody's going to know that your brand is a piece of shit. So make sure that you
Yeah,
guys get your song together, and because it's going to cost money. You don't want to drop, like I said, I would say minimal $2,500 per single, up to millions of dollars per single or per album release to
yeah.
get it have a turn. Because even us big record labels, only 10% of these records actually make money. So guys, just make sure. I'll take a free listen. Like, I'm always willing to work with other
Yeah, for
producers,
sure.
songwriters, and artists. I would rather work with other people, but quite frankly, AI is better a lot of times. It's cheaper and easier to work with. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, come prepared. You know, don't waste your time or anyone else's in the world. Respect your time and others. And you know, I'm with you, Stealth. I'm here to listen and help and continue learning and growing and you know, that's the service that I've been in for 25 years, is helping people rock it.
So, in a nutshell, do you think AI is good or bad for, we're not going to just say music. Do you think AI is good for the entertainment industry or industry period? Let's just do industry period. Do you think AI is a good thing for industry?
I think yes. I think yes. It doesn't take away from the theme that we've had throughout this show, which is you've got to have a killer product. The product has got to just rock, man. And the reality is for me, I mean, Stealth, you said AI changed your life, and I would have to say the same thing on the productivity side or the output and scale side. Um, man, I can put so much quality in and get so much quality out because I know how to do it and utilize that to do. But I can scale for clients and projects really, really well because I know how to use the tools. And so it's important that I guess that's the message that I said earlier, which is it's important to learn the tools. If you want to hate on it, that's fine, or be scared. We're scared of things we don't know or can't control. Uh, but if you can open up and learn, because it's not going anywhere, and it's really improved my workflow every day, my output, my quality of work to clients, my research on client projects, my proposals, my websites, my SEO, my analyzing someone's digital footprint, like their website. So I built a not only Prism IO, but I built Clarity AI, which actually does a website audit, and it identifies gaps that even I, a professional, wouldn't see without doing some AI deep analytics on the frameworks that I plugged in to have that large language model go and analyze these elements. Well, these 9 elements are analyzed, and then it brings back an actual audit report, which then it tells me within 20 minutes or less what I can now go speak to the client with. That's a much deeper engagement and conversation for me to come to the table with, like, not only can I improve your stuff 30 to 60%, but here's how, here's why, and here's what no other agency without running AI is going to actually understand or find out. It's all about data, right? And data is the piece that I leverage with AI. Intelligence, research, productivity, and data. And that's what I would talk to an independent artist or an artist about, is owning your data. You know, that single source of truth is really that connection with your fan. Is that you know, being able to own your website, own your identity, use Prism IO to make a mirror of your brand and communicate and message and scale every channel in your social media, and have an executive voice and an artist voice, and separate those two, and be able to control that through a large language model. And then independent artists, you know, encode their identity through Prism IO is really what I invented. And so their voice, their values, their boundaries, their yeses, their nos, what's off limits, right? Channels they want to build their music around or into, like TikTok versus Instagram, email versus Discord stuff, fan experiences, agents, fan clubs, ticketing, support, own that. Unless you're going to go get a major deal, because then you'll have a marketing group. But even, as you know, even Akon ran his own marketing shit even through Interscope. He's such a brilliant marketing cat.
Better, because you're going to get charged for it. You know what I'm saying? So you better. 50 Cent did too. One thing I can respect is the guys that have their own marketing department, because they know what's up with most record labels. Most record labels, they're not really going to do shit with that money. Like 50
no, they're going to burn it and charge you back and hope they make their money back.
Believe it. That $2,500 I used to get, and then there was 25 other street teams. So you do 2,500 times 25. Y'all artists are paying for that. Like, they add all that up, and whatever they pay us is coming out y'all royalties. So, like, we work for y'all, but we all work for them. You know what I mean? So you guys got to know these steps. And you have a label, like you have a consultant right at your fingertips with all these different AIs. You know what I mean? So if you guys can't afford us right now, go on AI and ask Claude or Gemini or ChatGPT questions before you even talk to us, to see if you're even ready to even go to the next level with your music. But I know that AI got me out of depression. All right. AI got me out of trying to retire. AI got me doing better music than what I've done before. AI got me doing
I can't understand. That's super impressive, man. I know your catalog, and if you don't know Stelz's catalog, what he's done, it's a badass statement.
I mean, come on, man. I got songs with Dre, with Snoop, with Exhibit, with Reverend, hundreds of artists, Talib Kweli, and the stuff that I'm doing with AI. You guys go listen to my catalog. It's on Spotify. Look up The Beatologist, DheBeatologist, or DJ Stealth, DJStealth. And I have about 300 something songs out. And I promise you, the last 10 songs are different genres. The last 10 albums, I got Latin stuff, I got gospel stuff. I'm about to come out with a country one, a rock one. It's no way I could have done it without AI. So AI not only helped my mental, it helped my music catalog. And artists, I'm telling you, man, if you guys can't afford, and the producer's gonna hate me for this, go do your demo on Suno, right? If producers are too much and you're not going to get the right beats, go on Suno and get a beat, or do like I do. I don't rap or I don't sing, but I can write. So I get all my artists. I develop my artist image, then I develop my artist voice, and then I develop the songs. And you guys could do it. And now that I got help doing this and putting I can't do everything myself, even with AI. I still need somebody sharper than me to help me get all these AI agents to work together. So it will never be totally automated. Like, number one, you have to have an ear. If you don't have an ear to hear a record that you think is worth investing the money into, you got to start with your ear. Go study some tracks. Go to billboard.com, go to New Music Server, go to Spotify, go to Suno charts, and just study the charts and make sure your music is ready. because everybody likes to blame the marketing and promotion department.
Yes, they do.
Everybody loves to blame us, but
They
that's
talk
why I
bad
tell
shit.
motherfuckers. I have to tell Dre, this is good music, but I don't think we can market it. And motherfuckers want to fire me over the shit, right? We had to tell Snoop that Drop It Like It's Hot was a single. Nobody wanted to listen to Gaga's demo with Poker Face and Just Dance.
Right.
But I listened to it, and I got her gigs in the gay clubs that the regular people didn't want to even have her perform at.
Right.
So you guys got to have an ear. Start with an ear, then get some music. Let me send it to me, Beatology@mac.com. I'll put my ear on it for you guys. And then once we get a budget established, then we can talk to Rob to see what's the next step in actually marketing and promoting and getting your branding together. So I don't think everything will automatically get automated, but I'm not going to lie. I do want one AI, all it does is study the charts, so that way I know what I should be doing next as far as what genre of music and what type of music to do next. The other one, just marketing, promotion. The next one, branding. The next one, I want you to go find me all the film and TV supervisors, so that's my film department. And then another one, do all my PR and do all the things we used to do at Universal, but within the AI, and Rob could help you guys do all that. You'll have your own Interscope in your own fucking.
That's great ideas, Stel. Okay. I love that. Great ideas, Stel.
Great minds thinking. Like I wanted to. You got my. I want you to take the idea that I have, because you already got it. We need to be able to create a virtual record label. I'll to be able to sign on to Prism IO under my record label, and then set up all my automations to where, okay, we're going to take this clip we're doing right now. This program is going to clip it out. We're going to send out clips every 2 hours, and the AI will automate everything for you guys. It will tell you who to interview. It will go through all of my emails and go through my fucking sheets and then tell me who I should interview. Things like that. I got millions of emails. It will go through all of my emails. It will go through everything and automate it, guys. So the power that Rob have is incredible, because I don't have the knowledge or the time to develop a program like that. But please, Rob, do my virtual label so people like me can use you to run our labels. Because really, all I want to do is just do the music. Honestly, I want to do the music and just give you or give the program the album. It analyzes the album and tell me the best way to market and promote that. So I'm glad you on top of that technology, because that's where it's going to, artists. You guys got to think like Jimmy Iovine now. Think about great songs and how to market them. Fuck who could rap better or who could play the keyboards better. I mean, if you want to do it as a hobby, fine, but I got to retire. I'm 53. I got to find a way for me to do easier shit as I'm getting older. You know what I mean? I don't want to be up in the club at 53-year-old passing out flyers, begging the DJs to play records. That shit is gone. Please, Rob, please keep doing what you're doing with Prism IO.
Yeah, of course.
.ai, because
all right. So let's get into the lightning round. We're in the last 2 minutes. Let's go.
I thought we just did. We did is AI good or bad for music? I say yes, it changed my life.
So AI, here's to me. AI is neutral, right? The risk is governance. That's what I build. The risk is governance, because if you use AI and you scale anything, which is the point, to reach more eyeballs, right? To hit all your social media channels.
The most eyeballs for the less money. That's the game. Like if you study Kanye West, the reason why Kanye makes those crazy statements, because it's easier to make a crazy statement and go viral, and then I don't have to pay for that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all about putting eyes in your product, even though it could be a negative eye. But you notice every time he releases an album, he says some crazy shit. I think he's using AI for that shit. Like he has some of the coldest quotes in the world. I'm serious. Like
100%.
Yeah, he has some of the, but that will hurt your brand too. Like he's rich and he can get away with it, but you guys don't want to be on there like saying stuff that will affect the rest of your life. Don't mention anything about certain religions. Don't mention anything about people's way of living. It's just, it ain't right. Number one,
why
are you concerned about that shit? Number one, I don't care about what you do in your bed. To me, that's gay for me to worry about what you're doing in your bed. I don't give a fuck about that kind of stuff. And I'm an atheist, so I don't really care about religion. As long as you treat other people how you want to be treated, So guys, my best advice to you is be careful with that though. Don't go and say a bunch of crazy shit and have a bunch of police and some niggas after your ass, or the Jewish mafia or whoever. Because me and Rob got stories like a mug. But,
Woo, player.
but should I go in here and say it when I live in downtown LA? The fucking cops can shoot me from LAPD headquarters from my window, right? That's how close I live, right? So be careful what you guys do with your brand as far as, because, hey, Rob, you won't believe what Kevin wanted to come on here and say, and I had to stop him. Shouts out to Kevin Black. But we have stories, guys, but be careful you telling these stories, even if they're the truth, because it can affect the rest of your life in a negative way.
100%. I've got stories. You got stories. Gene, Kevin, Adrian.
I was at a Puffy party, okay? And one day I'm going to tell that story. But did you go to that party, Rob, where at the Tom Tom Club, it was right across street from Interscope? It was the last train to Paris. Were you at that party? Because I'm trying to find somebody else that was at that party to verify the story before I tell it.
I was not. I was close to being hired for the marketing on all of those they weren't just his parties, they were his kids' parties too. And that's the weird part about the whole thing, right? You know what I'm talking about.
I only went to one of those parties, and I was forced to go because some of our other friends didn't want to go, and they were like, well, hey, if you don't go, you fired, motherfucker. We don't care if it's gays or gangsters, where you better go or you fired. But no, all I went to was one party, and like I said, it was, you just got to know when to leave, right? And I'll just leave it at that.
Or stealth. No, not to say yes to the marketing, or say yes to the RSVP or the free invite or the through the back door.
Literally, the back door. Yeah. you want to come in through this back door? Okay, well, you got to come in. Which is crazy, y'all. Like,
watch your drink.
But I get it though. Like, as many females that I had weird relationships with, it's like it all comes. The chickens come home to roost. So how you treat people is how somebody would treat you. So if I was never like, I love females, that's it. So I've had like my share of females, and I wasn't always right in my way of treating them. And that's how God works, you guys. And that's how the universe works. What you do to other people, a guy might try to do to you. Okay. So 100%. Be careful how you treat people.
And I think very much so, Stealth. I've been protected by all of that a lot, because I've been on the marketing calls with Death Row, and I've been Ziggy worked directly there and would meet Suge every other day and see.
You guys are more brave than me, man. Like, I would never deal with guys like Suge or Michael Conception or anybody. I think that it would be like danger involved. I don't give a damn how much money it is. So shouts out to you and Kevin Black, man, because
not me. No. I was protected by it all. And by the end of the marketing call, I actually just I didn't even send a decline letter, but the heads of like all these outside agencies that were part of this come together, and all the there's a core team inside the label, but once I ended the call, I never sent any of the assets or requests back, because it was like, oh no, this is not a red or black thing. I mean, red or blue thing. This is about to just be his thing. And he was doing even that from jail, let alone back at the label on Wilshire, right?
Man, look, they got results, but the way they got results, it's just I wasn't willing to do. Like, I'm a DJ from LA. I'm not about to go threaten nobody's life or playing no record. You know what I mean? And I get it, though. A lot of these people act funny, and a lot of these people did need to get checked. One thing I can say about Suge is that a lot of these radio guys and a lot of these people, the record labels, did need to get checked, because
Yeah.
They treat you, they at least listen to my record. God damn, like just listen to it. You know what I mean? And then if you're really nice, just play at the end of the night and let's let the audience decide. I get it, because I used to have to fight with DJs, but when it comes down to either they gonna play your record and you, or they don't, you beat their ass. If they don't play it, then you gonna beat my ass. It ain't gonna work, because
No.
somebody gonna end up getting shot. You know what I'm saying?
That's not how my marketing. That's not how my marketing and branding works, stuff.
No, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying.
No, I'm saying that's why I've stayed out of those circles for sure. But I know the stories very well.
Yeah, like at Interscope, it was like Death Row Light. Like we would have,
yeah.
Because come on, Black came from Death Row, Step Johnson came from Death. A lot of the Interscope staff came from Death Row. I mean, shit, Jimmy, shit. It's like if you go down to the security office at Interscope, the biggest picture they have on the wall is of Suge Knight. Like he was not allowed in that Universal building. You know what I mean? So, and then keep in mind, Jimmy and all them, they part of the JDL, and you think Suge and them is gangster? Fuck with the JDL. Your ass will end up something mysterious will happen to your ass. I mean, think about it. What happened to Easy? We still don't know. Whitney Houston, Prince, Michael Jackson. Like if they disappear, you think they care about our ass? They don't give a damn. So like I said, guys, be careful who you're around and be careful who you deal with.
Just be nice and pass on the other shit. Like literally, it's if you're not a gangster, don't be a gangster, please. That's what I learned way early on. I am not a gangster. I
grew up around that shit. I don't like being around violence because I don't want people to fear me. I want people to love me. Yeah. When you rule with love and fairness, that's how you have longevity. When you rule with an iron fist, it's always going to be somebody tougher than you. Suge wasn't the toughest person at that camp. All them guys around him was killers. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Bob, my boy Bob Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them guys he had, but I don't want to have those type of people around me because I don't want to do business where I'm punking people or people are scared. Like that's the mistake that a lot of LA people fall into is running around acting like you gang, and then somebody gonna pull your card. You know, they tried that shit with Hammer, and Hammer and them is gangsters. His brother and all them, like, and Michael Conception is a gangster. Like all them gangsters get into it, and I don't want to be part of none of that shit. People end up dead and in jail. You know what I mean? So be peaceful, you guys. Like the days of beating people up and like really having negative things around you, that shit is over. The police is watching. Look at the Adam 22 situation. I don't want to run this like Adam 22. Adam 22 started off as music. Like I'm going to keep
the creative piece. That's the whole piece.
Yeah. Well, you're going to see right here and check me, Rob. If you ever see me like veer to some dangerous shit or some dumb shit, make that phone call, please, because I want to be the next Adam 22, but minus motherfuckers going to jail or having to come up there with a gun. I want real people like Rob to be able to want to come to my facility and feel at ease. You know what I mean?
I just pass on the other stuff. And I've done a lot of cool stuff and worked with a lot of cool people and I'm not scared of it. I'm not afraid of death or any of that stuff. I've been protected around it. Like none of the offices that I've ever been in, even World Star Hip Hop, did I feel like my life was in danger, even though I know who runs, or actually he passed. Who even knows what happened to Q, bro?
Like I said, once you have a bunch of money and then you trace the money, that's why when you get publishing checks over $5,000 per quarter, you're going to get phone calls on people that want to give you a publishing deal. That's the lightweight extortion, right? Because everybody that has big publishing catalogs, they disappeared. Michael Jackson had the Beatles, one of the biggest publishing catalogs. Mysteriously Gone. Prince, Whitney Houston, they even got her daughter. So where do the royalties go when these people die? So it is actually an incentive a lot of times
to Clive.
Because they put insurance policies on you, a lot of these record companies. So if you die, they're going to make $1 million or $2 million off your damn insurance policy. And when you die, your catalog spins go up. So it's their best interest for you to die.
Yeah.
So just be careful. Like I'm telling you from living the life. I used to be on tour with Ruthless when they was at the peak of the fight with Death Row. We were at Prince's club about to tear that shit up. Prince had to come out and beg us not to tear up his black-owned club when we was about to tear that shit up. And luckily, Above the Law had a different relationship with Suge. Suge used to be Above the Law's bodyguard. Suge used to be a bodyguard back in the day. Right, he used to be a Above the Law bodyguard. I heard he was Chocolate bodyguard, and we had a different relationship. So we never really got into it with the Death Row people because Suge was cool with Hutch and KMG and Chaos and Layla and everybody. So we never really felt it like that. But it was rough back in them days, man. And then coming over from the Death Row shit, dealing with that, I said I would never deal with that kind of shit again. It's just your life and your health and your mental health isn't worth any type of money or fame for music. It's just
100%. It's a very dangerous space to be in.
And we don't want to work around danger. I don't give a damn how much money it is. So
I keep my life still in the creative artist zone, even through my digital work, and I wanted to keep it that way, always.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the best advice I can give any of you guys. Like, do good business. If I didn't do good business with this man, he wouldn't be on this call right now helping me try to get this channel off the ground. You know what I mean? And Rob, like I said, was the first guy to even put me on a live and hit me to what live was. So, of course, I'm going to try to include him on this journey because I know more people than Adam 12 or Adam 16.
That's true. Stealth is way deep on resources and social.
I know way more many people than that. It's just my friends, I just got to hold them back because Black wanted to come on here and like drop a real big bomb. And even if it was true, I'm like, Black, I got to live around these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I live in downtown LA and shit. Like you live in Vegas. Like I got to really see these people we're about to talk about, man. So
he knows this. He knows this.
But he lives in Vegas, so he can like be on the DL. Like a shit, I'll tell you off camera what was the top gonna be. But you would have agreed, hey man, don't do it, man. It would have broke the internet, but it would have made me at odds with a lot of people. Like, you got to know what stories to tell. You know what I mean? Like I said, I still haven't told the Puppy story because that involves Jimmy Ivan and it involves about 500-600 people that were there. But I'm going to tell it one day, but I want somebody else to corroborate the story with me. But everybody's scared. Everybody's scared to say what happened that day. But it's good, Rob. I'll tell you off camera what happened that day, man. It made me look at Jimmy Ivan in a better light. Like everybody be talking about everybody's down with that suspect activity. No, everybody's not down with suspect activity. If you go to certain labels, if you go mess with Puffy, we already know. If you go to Clyde Davis, there's certain labels you already know. So don't blame it on the situation. Anybody could tell you, like, if you're not down, then don't fuck around because a lot of these. Like, look at all those stories. Like, some of them got to be true. You know what I mean? And I believe it because I've been around some Hollywood shit, and it was a lot of, sex parties and stuff like that. But I've never been to sex parties with naked guys. Me, personally, I never been to no shit like that. Now, with naked girls and Superhead and all that stuff, that's how we used to get a lot of records played. But I'll save that for another podcast. We're going to keep this one business, but honestly, people want the foolishness, and I get it. People don't really care about music and business, which they need to be like, but you guys want to watch all this drama. I'm going to give you a little bit, but I'm not going to get it to where I'm going to go to jail or I'm going to have to dodge some street shit or get blackballed. So,
well, that's the
you know what I'm saying?
The biggest issue is some of the knowledge that we do have is that there just is street shit that will happen. So I just prefer to live a peaceful life. So
it's not worth it for the content, guys.
Look at how many people. Not worth it. I leave that shit to World Star Hip Hop, and we see where that got cute. Okay.
Well, I'm looking at it with the Adam 16 thing. How many people went up there and went to jail or unalived? I'm just saying, I don't want people to come on my podcast and go to jail or get unalived. I want people on this podcast to network with each other, do good business, and now we could talk about how we're the next Tech Nines, and we'll be sitting in our own fucking facility talking about, remember Sunday, January 11th, 2000, we were just talking about it in a dream. But I'm telling you guys, I want you guys to look at all my social media. It's on the YouTube, and look at it now. And then I want you to look at it a couple months and a couple years from me hiring Rob to help with the company, man. Because like I said, you cannot do everything yourself, and always align yourself with people smarter than you. Seriously, if you don't, people just gonna take your money, and it's not gonna be any results.
So Stealth, let's go into two more questions. So what should new artists do this year? I'm going to give it to you, and then I'll answer it too. What should a new artist do this year?
You guys should do the best music you can, and if you don't need AI, then you're really good, because 90% of the demos that I'm getting in here, it's still out of key. You're rapping off beat. The chords aren't going nowhere. The melody sucks. And it's just simple musical things that's not happening, that you could use Suno and other companies that is going to give you at least usable shit. You know what I mean?
Right. So go learn music theory and learn notes and pitch and all that, because it still has to do it.
Well, you got to study the charts. Like, if you want to be a big artist, then you got to study what people are looking for, like we used to do at the record industry. You go on Billboard.com, you look at the Billboard 100 and Billboard 200 if you want to get signed, because that's what the executives are doing. They're looking at charts and they're listening to it. If your shit don't sound 100%. Like that, then go independent, and then don't expect great results, because that's what the general audience is being fed. I like going on Suno radio, because to me, Suno radio is better than the damn regular human slop radio, to be honest with you. Like, whenever you guys have writer's block, artists, go to Suno radio, and also study songwriting. Like, a lot of you guys are still writing 32 bar verses. Hook should be 8 bars. A verse should be no longer than 16 bars. You guys just got to learn the fundamentals. So do like I did. Take 8 years off and go study. You study, you practice, then you execute. I took 8 years off to study theory, songwriting, and AI. And I challenge you guys, listen to my stuff now, and then listen to my stuff I released last 8 years ago, and you guys tell me what's better. I'm just saying, so all I'm saying is that you got to have good music, and you have to have a great attitude. You got to be friendly, and you got to have some type of budget. If you're good, I'll work with you for free. But people like Rob, that might not be conducive for him. Like, I need artists, like, and songwriters, right? I don't need producers or musicians. I could do that myself, but I prefer to work with artists and songwriters to get better songs. So all I'm saying, what artists should do in 2026 is study, practice, execute, make usable songs, make sure they're mixed and mastered, and just do great music, and let people listen to it that don't know you. Because if you get around a bunch of yes men, they're not helping you. I'd rather be kicked with the truth than kissed with a lie.
I love that. Okay, so for my answer, I'm going to say build. So you built a project, you build the product for them, Stealth, and it's completely sick. And I fall out of my chair because it's like the next best shit in life. And the product is rocking. I'm going to go, great. You need a website. You need to build out all your social. You need, you're going to own all of those channels, because you're going to connect directly with your fan. You're going to own the database, because you're going to capture their email. You're going to push them from your social media over to your website. You're going to have e-commerce and control of your own merch. You're going to create that fan connection, that emotional fan connection, control your entire digital footprint, and treat your brand like an asset. That's my answer.
They need to go ahead and book that 30-minute Zoom from you. You know what I mean? Because this stuff costs. I used to charge $500 an hour. I done seen Black charge people $10,000 for for a lunch meeting, right?
Right.
So make sure you guys book that 30-minute Zoom with Rob. I'm gonna put the information in the description and all the social medias.
So what stealth should never get automated by AI in the music business?
Your ear. Like AI, okay, this is what I first thought. Like I was ignorant.
I
Like,
love that.
okay,
So,
this is gonna solve all my problems. So I went to SOAR. I'm like, study the charts and make me a hit record. It don't work like that, guys. Like, it doesn't have the aptitude. AI to me doesn't have the aptitude to do it that well, because if it could do it that well, then the record labels would do it. I would love, like, my dream was to make an app that studies the charts and will automatically do songs for me. I tried that shit. The songs that were given to me were mediocre at best. So you cannot automate right now. You can't automate songwriting in Suno. Like, if you let Suno do your songwriting, it's going to be trash. So you better use Claude, or you better use there's some other songwriting tools out there you can look at on the internet, but don't automate your songwriting. And production will sound real in the same key, in the same chord progressions, if you don't know how. It's called prompt engineering. Look it up on YouTube. My boy Phil C got a website that will write your Suno prompt for you. So there are sites out there where you can get prompts. It's all about writing the right prompt for these AIs to get your right result. Like, if you don't give it the right direction, it's going to give you some crap. So don't automate your ear. You study the Billboard charts and you study the Suno charts and all that. Don't automate your songwriting, and don't automate your videos yet. And you might disagree with me, because it is too many mistakes, at least in Sora. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff is like, they could tell it's AI. So those things I don't think are ready. I might be wrong, but they're not ready for me to automate.
There's a tool called like CapCut that you can just download.
I use CapCut. I love it.
Yeah, CapCut is the shit. And so if you're doing your own production, to Sel's point, download CapCut, download an actual a video that you like that's similar to what you want to actually produce, and go cut where the cuts are in CapCut and analyze the 1 or 2 second frames that you got to go build out for your track. It's the same type of analyzation that Stealth was talking about on 16 bars for verses, 32 bars for choruses. Just study the elements of what it is. And yeah, I don't think we're there for automation yet, but yeah, study a music video that you love in CapCut. Cut where they cut.
And don't be afraid to go on like Fiverr if you guys can't really do your video edits real well. But instead of playing video games, instead of arguing with your girl, instead of wasting time watching sports, go on YouTube. I don't even watch TV. All I do is study YouTube tutorials, guys. Yeah. That's how I was able to do, like I said, 200 songs and fucking usable songs, good songs, within 2 months, because I study tutorials all day. So you got to study and practice, or hire Rob to do it, you know what I mean, or hire out somebody to do it for you, because the opportunities out there, like the videos that we're doing, man, they're $1 million videos back in the day.
Yeah, 100%. I think the next decade, Stealth, belongs to artists and companies that actually combine strong creative identity with governance if they're going to use AI. And now everyone's using it. So every use of AI should increase trust, reach, brand value, and revenue, and not dilute your brand.
Yes. And I need to learn that. Like, I need to make a decision. Either I'm going to be on here smoking weed and cussing, or I'm going to be corporate. It's like, so I need to work on my branding. Like, if I want to go get big sponsorships, I got to act like a corporate guy. If I want,
it depends on the brand, but yeah, it depends on what brand you want to actually.
Well, that's what I learned from Kevin. Kevin knew how to go in them meetings and kick it with Jimmy, but Kevin will outdrink any of y'all and outbag you and outdo whatever else you do on the street level. Kevin was like from the streets to the executive suites.
100%.
You know, and that goes back to be likable and do good business. And I'm gonna get his ass on here. But
I love Kevin, man. Send my love and my regards to Kevin Black.
I'm trying to get him on here to go. Like, I'm trying to get all of us to get on this when applicable and when people have time every time I go on. So every time it's a subject that people want to talk about, I want to have you guys on that group chat, and then people chime in when they want to. Because it might be a subject, like tomorrow I might do a subject on immigration. A lot of guys don't want to talk about that. You know what I mean? And I can respect that. So I'll blast it out in the group chat. If you want to participate, here's the link.
Got it.
To me, that's the route I'm going to go to give this a try, Rob. You know, I'm going to give this live shit a try because it's going too slow for me to monetize. Other than that, I was just going to do like my regular posts. It's growing, but it's not growing fast enough. I think for my growth, it'd be better for me to go live and to keep doing interviews with people like you. And I think that will help my growth as far as my brand.
Stealth, that was the model in my distribution strategy for any client plus any of the stuff that I've owned, which you're the one that brings me back to how many views did we have when we shot back in your house when you went live at 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
I fucked that up, and I apologize. I should have listened to your
how many views?
Hundreds of thousands. I fucked that up, and like I said, that was one of the most biggest mistakes I ever did in my life. And again, I apologize to you and Ed for even dealing with my stupid ass, and I should have listened to your ass because you were fucking right. I didn't understand. Like I said, that's why I'm around people smarter than me. You and Ed are like decades above me in this live shit and video shit. Like, I'm an audio guy, but you guys taught me video, man. And you guys got us hundreds of, like, what he did, guys, was equivalent of putting me on the front of YouTube right now. Like, if it was a way for you to sign on YouTube and you be on that front page, that's what this man did for me. We had hundreds of thousands of views.
Yeah, I mean, it was bananas because of that deal with Kevin. Not Black, Kevin Lynn. The other deal I did with Kevin was with WorldStar. But when Stealth and I were together he was DJing 4 o'clock on a Wednesday, and my point was distribution is powerful, and that's a great example of we had more viewers than like CNN would have on regular television, man. And that's the power. That's the power of the World Wide Web and broadcast in that sense. When I look at music tracks right now, they're getting billion spins, bro.
I mean, we went live with a band. We were probably one of the first to go live with a band, period. You think about that. Who else went live with a band live on the internet before? I don't, because we were on, what year was that? Like, that was before any live shows were in existence.
It was like 05, 06, 07, 08, 09. Because dude, remember we were doing backstage B-roll at like Yin Yang Twins and Pitbull's music video sets.
Yep.
Who was doing that? BET wasn't even doing that. I had so much fun when we were doing that shit.
You are on top of technology. And what I learned about my real smart music friends, that you got to stay on top of technology, because by the time you get on top of it, and you don't, it's going to roll right over your ass. So you're an innovator, dude. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, and you're my fourth guest. So thank you for giving me the opportunity.
I'm honored, Stealth. I love you, man. You're
I love you too, man. Like I said, you and Ed are very influential in my career and good friends, man. Like, I can't say nothing bad about neither one of you guys. And like I said, you were the most technology advanced person I know. I'm gonna keep it real. I can't think of anybody that was on top of technology before you was in that way. I mean, we were like the first live. I wish it was a way we could find them videos. I don't know if we could track them videos down, but We had Polar Bear. Polar Bear had a mask on.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
I forgot about Polar Bear.
yeah, and then Safecracker, he would rap, rest him, he passed away. So we got him on tape. KMG passed away. So we got two people on there that are no longer with us. And we just like to say thank you, Rob, for that opportunity, man. And seriously,
my pleasure, man. We had a great time. The biggest lesson of that is like we were super young and young in the sense of like way early, right, Stealth? And the distribution lesson is just like, wow, the power of what you can do. That's why I'm talking about scaling brands. The power of scaling was that distribution channel is a great example of that. Like,
which is now Twitch, and which is crazy.
Right. Sold to Amazon for $1 billion, dude. Kevin Lin.
Man, oh man. That's where the money's at, is getting in between these deals. I remember when the Beats by Dre Monster Cable girl came to one of the Interscope parties, and that turned into a deal for Jimmy Iovine and Dre for Beats by Dre.
Yeah, see, Stealth, people don't understand that was Monster Cable. And what's the cat's name in China?
I forgot his name, but
yeah, me too. I can never remember.
His daughter came to one of the release parties, and that's how that deal even came. I forgot who invited her, but it was one of us that invited her.
100%, man.
Yeah, man. So we need to get in between one of them deals, man. Trust me, do it, Rob. My virtual record label, and then get a couple guys like me and Timberland and Battle Cat, and then run our AI labels, man. Because I'm telling you, man, the next thing I wanted to go to CES and get me a robot to start my artist. I'm serious about this AI shit. I want to train a robot to do the whole show.
I love that shit.
Come on, man. I know electronics enough to fix a robot. I'm not about to cuss out no female, no guy, beg them to come to their own release party. Don't you know we have to beg these guys to do promo? I'm so tired of working with these artists, whether they old artists, new artists. They don't want to work. They got cramps, or the police looking for them, or all kind. I like a robot. That way I can have spare robots. Seriously. I want you to run my label to where we can just go in, okay, study the charts. Okay, here's the image we're going to use. Here are the dances we're going to use, and press go. That way, when we get to the venue, all we got to do is just press go. All the lights are synced up. All the background robots are synced up, and we're ready to go. And guess how many shows we could do like that? Like a human can't do a bunch of shows. With these robots, we could do shows all over, 3 shows a day.
Hilarious, man.
And then use the same robots to do different artists, just change the skins. See, I'm just, come on, let's be on top. That's where it's going, Rob.
Right,
I'm telling you that's where it's going. I don't know if it's going to get there yet, but I seen something where the dancers were killing it. I mean, it wasn't like the normal robot shit. I mean, these dancers, they must have put like Michael Jackson images in it. That robots is getting it, man. I mean, getting it. Twerking and all that shit. All right. So that's what I think our next step would be, is a way for creators like me to work with you. And we just have a one solution record label situation where all I got to do is send you the project and let AI do the rest.
Run it through the framework and the modeling. I'm down.
And then pick your singles, pick your write your treatments for your videos, do everything. Like, I'm serious, man. You on the right track, because just being a producer is not enough anymore. Just being an artist ain't enough. You have to come complete. And it's so easy now, man, with the help of people like you. So you guys got to go to Prism, PRISM AI. I mean, Prism dot, what is it? Prism dot
prismio.ai.
IO.ai.
IO.
And at least book a 30-minute Zoom with Rob if you guys think you're ready, man. Seriously.
Or the agency is POPTECH, POPTECH Studio, poptechstudio.ai.
Okay,
that's another way to reach me. And my email is rob@poptechstudio.ai.
Do you want me to put all this information in I don't know if you want people to have your phone number. You want me to put all this information in the description, or what do
Yeah,
you want me to put?
they can
Okay.
email me.
All right. Yeah. So
They
I
can
always
email
reach
me.
out. Yeah. You know,
Anyone should be able to reach out to me, and I'm with you, Steph. I'll listen to anything. I'll look at projects. Just come correct, you know, come ready.
yeah.
Uh,
Come correct, guys, because we still got regular bills we got to pay. You know what I
come
mean?
correct. Don't waste your time. Don't waste mine. Don't waste Stell's. Like, this is still business, even though it's creative, and that's the space I really enjoy being. But do your homework. Uh, do all of the studying that Stealth is talking about. By all means, I'm here to mentor and help, and there's still a process and framework on how to engage with me, and I'm sure Stealth is the same way.
Is there anything that you left out that you want to say in closing before we close this out and prepare for our regular days?
Let me just skim through some notes. Uh, Independent labels, study the blueprint, Macklemore, Tech Nine, Strange Music, where no, I think let's close out. The next decade belongs to the artist, man. So get ready, be ready, stay ready, as Sugar Free would say. You know what I'm saying, Doc?
Get better than AI is the best advice I could tell you guys, because streaming, it does not pay a lot of money. Like, if you ask any big artist, where it's at is in performing. So you guys go book
Merch,
you out a rehearsal
performance.
studio and learn how to sing without your background track. You should be able to perform your track a cappella better than the record. You guys, stage show should be just as good as a halftime show. And where the money at is in performance.
Yep.
Learn your craft, learn how to rap, learn how to sing, learn how to play an instrument, do it very well. Because like Rob say, I don't think a robot will ever take away that element until it's better than a Prince or Michael Jackson. And to me, for a robot to do the shit that they were doing, that's 100 years away. Seriously. So if you're better
Dude,
than
I don't
AI,
know anything that can like have a girl look at me, fall down, pass out, cry her eyeballs out, and you know, or
I,
Prince too. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like Prince, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson. Like, there's just some energy to these people that is not translatable. So, but utilize the tools to make your careers rock.
yeah, don't let it scare you into a shell. Like, I get it. Like, I'm 53. I've been doing this professionally. I started touring with Rootless Records 30 years ago. I was on a
Right.
professional tour at 19. So everybody doesn't have that ahead of them, but you can just never give up. Like I said, what got me where I'm at is I used to, like I do now, I would sit on this computer 12, 14 hours a day. Back in the day, I would do that with a keyboard, a piano. Back in the day, I would do that with a bass or turntables. You guys got to put in the work. Like, talent just don't come. A lot of people say you got to be born with it. No. Back when I first, I'm half white and black. Back when I first started, I didn't have no rhythm, right? So I made sure that I learned how to play the drums so I can get rhythm and get swing. It just don't happen overnight, guys. So you got to study, you got to practice. You guys got to book that 30-minute with Rob Williams, PopTech Studio, Prism AI. See, I'm fucking up. Prism IO.ai. See,
Yeah.
you're making me a better broadcaster already.
Let's go, Steph. Let's go.
You're making me a better broadcaster already. So appreciate that.
Yeah.
I love you, Rob. And like I
Love
said,
you too, man. Thank you, Stealth.
thank you for everything.
I
Thank
can't
you and
believe
Ed.
it's been so long since we've talked. It's
No, you
been
call me and you invite me out and stuff, and I appreciate it. And that means a lot, Rob. Like, people outside in my music circle that are real friends mean a lot to me, and I really appreciate your
you too, Stealth.
invitations, man. And it means a lot because you're a friend outside of music. Like, Black is a
100%.
friend outside of music. Ed is a friend outside of music. I met all you guys through music, but you guys are some of the most smart, respectable, kind brothers I know. And I love you, and anything I could do to help,
You too,
I'm
man.
here for you guys, seriously, man. And tell Ed I said what's up. I love him. I wish the best for his health and his kids and all that. And you guys have been a mentor and still a mentor. And
You too.
I'm here for you guys, man, and appreciate it, man. So I'm
Appreciate
gonna
you.
figure this out. Maybe you can. Are you familiar with StreamYard?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna figure this shit out myself. I don't know. I know we recorded the stream, so I'm gonna put it up on all of the different networks right now, and I'm
But
gonna.
stealth, I'll look into it for you, okay? If you have
Yeah, yeah, because for some reason it says we're this shit better be recording. It says the stream is still going, but I don't know if it pushed it to Instagram. If not, I'm just gonna push it to YouTube right now because I'm just learning. You know what I mean? But I want you guys to be part of this. I don't know if I could do this every day because I got a regular job, but I want you guys to be part of it, man, and part of the group chat. And I think we can grow this bigger and better than Adam 22 because I'm gonna stick to real topics and real people. And
okay.
I'm gonna link your YouTube here, and everybody that come on, I'm
Okay,
gonna
cool.
link you guys YouTube. That way, you guys could get monetized, or you guys can make money off these when they do start making money. So, and I'm gonna advertise your brand and all that. So, anybody else that's in the music or entertainment industry that want to come up here and going to add to the conversation, I'm down, but I'm going to keep it real. I got about 100,000 reach over all my social platforms. Don't you know? 30 people responded back to me, and Rob is the fourth one to actually get on air. So I salute you because a lot of these motherfuckers we didn't help. Now they know where when I ask for a favor, and this ain't even just a favor for me; it's to help
No.
them too. You know what I'm saying?
I came on here to support you because I've always respected you as an artist, as a producer, as a DJ, and just as a person. Stuff I sincerely respect and admire and love you like a brother, and all will always help support all the stuff that you do, especially when it comes to technology and music, brother.
And I'm here to help if I can in any way. Like I said, you guys embrace me like a brother, and I really appreciate and love you guys. So once again, you guys, that's Rob Stephen Williams, co-founder, CEO, POPTECH Studio. You can reach him at poptechstudio.ai or Rob at poptechstudio.ai email, or robstevens.com, and also prismio.ai. See, I'm getting a little better. I can read and not be so nervous. What it
You
is,
did the job, Stell. Come
dude,
on.
my ass be nervous, so I got to get over this nervous shit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because I know motherfuckers is watching this, man. So I love you, Rob.
Yeah, you
give me a
too, brother.
call. I'll keep posting stuff in the group chat. If whenever you
Yeah.
want to hop on, man, come hop in.
Okay.
And appreciate you, brother. And love you, man. And
Love you
call me
too,
if you need
Stell.
anything, brother.
Yeah,
So
you too. Let's connect this week, this coming week. Thank you.
Anytime, brother. Have a
Talk
good
to you
week.
soon.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye. That was Rob, man. That's my mentor and friend. Guys, there's nothing like having good mentors and also good friends, man. I just really appreciate the brothers that embrace me like a brother, and salute to you. Gonna play this beat and then we gonna get up out of here. It's called Basement Files. Once again, my name is DJ Stealth. www.beatologist.com. BEATOLOGIST. Appreciate you guys. If you like, download a beat, download the songs, give me your opinion. I really appreciate you guys' support over the 30 plus years I've been in this music industry. So if you guys have any topics, anything you guys want us to talk about, put it in the comments. And salute to all my friends, family, and to you for actually thinking to the end. And for all y'all that didn't, you want to say hi, Papa? Papa want to say hi. Come here. Come on, my co-host. Come on, Papa. And shouts out to the co-hosts. We got Papa the Belgian Malinois in the building. Papusas, no, daddy don't kiss me. Daddy don't kiss me. But yeah, we're gonna try to do this often, you guys. So thanks for tuning in. And I love you guys. We about. This nigga gonna hit me in the nuts on the way out. Thank you. Thank support my black ass. Thank support my black ass. Thank. That's before AI. Thank you. Support my black ass. See, I'm out. You.